You ever lose a big pot and think, shit, why did I do that? That was stupid. Welcome to my state of mind over the last 4 weeks. I'm on a $10,000 downswing, playing like an absolute idiot. This song reminds me of someone that I really miss a lot. Come home soon, Benny.
Missing someone.
The Chasers waitlist was way too long, so take a guess where we had to go. We are here at Boston Billiards. Last time I was here, lost 2,700 in a singular hour. Let's see, it'd be very difficult to top that. If we somehow don't manage to pull a win out today, I think I might look up the legal charges for arson and might consider burning this place down. For legal reasons, that's a joke. I just had to change into this shirt because they don't allow sleeves. The bouncer was like, bro, you gotta stop right there. We don't do the whole sleeveless. Concealed carry is allowed here in New Hampshire. That's why we had to conceal the guns. Let's go play cards. Playing 5-10 at Boston Billiards, the place where I continually get my teeth kicked in. Why not step up the stakes? Really amp up the pressure and pain. Let's see if we can finally end the dry spell. Here we go. We pick up like 6 or 7 hands, run drier than the Sahara. For instance, we have Queen Jack of Hearts in the big blind. Under the gun raises to 30. Cutoff and I both call. Flop comes Jack 9-7 all clubs. I check, action checks around, turns a great card. It's another club, action checks around once more, and the river is a king of hearts. So, really just a great run out. Cut off at 65, I fold, gun calls, cutoff has king 9 with the king of clubs. Fantastic hand. Shortly after, we have 7-5 of spades in the small blind. Action checks to the river, we backdoor a flush, I bet. And the cutoff just calls, so I think I'm super good. No, the cutoff has king 4 of spades. I know this might seem tilting, but I'm getting valuable info on a player, like, oh, this guy's only going to bet when he has the nuts. Also, I'd much rather get coolered for a $30 pot rather than go all in for $7,000, get snap called, flip over the second nuts, and be like, oh, you have the nuts? Yeah, that's good. Nice hand, man. Have still yet to win a single pot since the absolute atrocity that was last session. Let's try to change that with this next hand. We have 7-6 of spades in the cutoff. Hijack raises to $35. Could I flat call here? Sure, but sometimes you just need to not be a bitch and 3-bet to isolate. I bump it up to $100. Everyone else folds, but the hijack makes the call. Perfect. Let's go heads up in position to a flop, shall we? Flop comes King Jack 3, 2 clubs and a diamond. Really just hammer this flop out. Hijack checks to me. This board should favor my range, theoretically. A bet here should fold out hands like 10s and below, or any random suited connectors that completely whiffed as well. So I bet $100. Then the hijack goes into the tank. For like 5 or 10 seconds, I think he's debating on a fold. Then I sensed the energy of, oh God, this guy's just going to jam in my face. 30 or 40 seconds go by, and I'm like, dude, just fucking jam. I know it's going in the middle. I get that feeling. You're never folding, buddy. Put it in the middle so I can snap fold. He jams. I swiftly put my cards into the muck. I hate that feeling. When someone probably has a really strong hand and they're fake tanking, and I can just sense that they're going to jam. Shit, man. Put the money in the middle. I'll fold. I'm folding. I have 7 high. Good hand. Would it really be a Corey Eyring vlog if we didn't have a reload? We add $300 of chips into our stack. We are now in for $2,800. Here we look down at King 10 of diamonds under the gun +1. I raised to $30. Both of the blinds make the call. Flop comes King Queen 8, 2 clubs and a spade. This is yet another really connected board, so when action checks to me, I'm going to size up a little bit. I bet $50, and the small blind makes the call. The turn rips off an absolute brick. If we had the best hand in the flop, well, we should still absolutely have the best hand here. Small blind checks to me once again. I want to give the small blind a good price to realize his equity. I fire $125. Once again, the small blind makes the call. Going off to a river, which comes the jack of diamonds. Small blind does one of these things on the felt, which signifies a check. Now I think going for value would be pretty thin, and I think he just has a busted club draw, so what are we really targeting here? I check it back. The small blind was like, you're good, man. And I thought he was going to muck his cards, so I went to muck, not showing either. So we go back and forth doing this little ritualistic dance of no show, no show. He ends up flipping over 9 soda clubs. We show, and we take it down. Here we take a trip down south. Yeehaw, partner. We look down at 2 of them boys. We're in the big blind. Under the gun raises to $30. Then, next to act, 3 bets to 100. Action folds all the way around to me. I put in that cold damn 4-bet to 3 smack. That's Zoomer terminology for 3 hundo. Hundo for fundo. I don't know. That was really weird. Sorry. I 4-bet to 300. Under the gun 1 makes the call. I think we have around 2,500 left behind, so plenty of money left to play for. We're going heads up out of position in a 4-bet pot. Flop comes queen, jack, 7, 2 spades, and a diamond. Ugh, that is not the flop that we wanted to see. Now we're losing to pocket queens, pocket jacks, and we don't have a spade. This is not exactly the flop you wanted to see in a 4-bet pot out of position. However, we still have cowboys. I put in a continuation bet of $225. Under the gun +1 makes the call. We go off to a turn card, which comes the 2 of spades. Yikes. This is a dicey board. We're losing to any flush, pocket queens, pocket jacks. Lord help us. I slow down and check. Luckily, under the gun +1 checks it back. I don't think this player would ever check a set or a flush, so feeling a lot better about my hands now. We're going off to a river card, which peels off the 4 of hearts. Total brick, so now we're sitting here with 1 pair on a really dicey board. What do you do? If we check, I think we leave a lot of value on the table from hands like ace-jack, ace-queen. Additionally, if we check and under the gun 1 bets, it's not really going to feel good calling anyways, because he could check it back with all middling strength hands. With that being said, I think I like a bet fold strategy. After quite some time, I decide to bet $450. After around a minute and a half of philosophical thought, can I possibly beat this Zoomer? What the hell does he possibly have? Under the gun 1 decides to make the call. We show our pocket kings, and we're good. Really happy with how I played this one. Super dicey board. We rake in a nice pot. Just a few minutes later, we have pocket 5s in the cutoff. Under the gun raises to 35. Low jack calls. I call. The button and big blind also call. Going 5 ways to a flop. That's the size of my family. Literally a family pot, which comes jack, 8, 5, 2 spades, and a heart. Chef's kiss. The great thing about this board is not only do we flop a set, but we can raise because there are so many available draws to get value from. Under the gun bets $80, and the low jack makes the call. Price of poker is certainly going up, gentlemen. I raise it up to $320. Action folds all the way back to the low jack. I can just feel the energy. This guy doesn't believe me for a second. This guy stares at me, stares down at his chips, looks back at me, and probably thinks to himself, yeah, this kid's full of shit, I call. We go heads up to a turn card, which peels off the ace of clubs. A brilliant card, because now any ace-high flush draw makes top pair. Low jack checks to me. I want to pick a size here that allows me to comfortably jam all clean rivers. The pot is just shy of $900, and we have just over $2,000 behind. As I'm contemplating my decision, a chip goes on the run. Didn't even realize this while I was playing, but I elect on a sizing of $435. The low jack, once again, makes the call. The river is a horrible card. It's the 6 of spades. bringing in the front door flush. Oh, wait, no, I forgot to put my contacts on. I don't wear contacts. That was a straight up lie. The river is a 6 of hearts. Really clean river. The low jack checks it to me a third time. So after 20 seconds, I announce,
All in.
All in?
we get snap called. We flip over pocket fives, and the low jack is like, shit. We take down back-to-back huge pots. It always feels great to just run pure. Here we have ace-queen offsuit on the button. 2 limps to me. I raised it up to $50. The big blind and 2 limpers make the call. Flop comes king, 7, 6, 2 clubs, and a spade. Action checks to me, and this is a situation where I can confidently check fold. I wouldn't have done it 2 weeks ago, but hey, you learn from your mistakes, right? We pound the table and check it back. Oh my, that was super difficult. We just saved a countless amount of money, not triple barrel bluffing into 4 people with 0 equity. Crazy concept. Turn peels off the queen of spades. It's a 2-tone board, 2 flush draws, and we improve to second pair. Under the gun limper now leads for $110. There are a lot of draws on this board, which we unblock both, as both of our cards are red. The board is all black. Makes sense. Sure, we could be behind a king sometimes, but there are also a ton of hands we're beating, like Jack 10, any weaker queen, any flush draw. I stick in the call, and everyone else folds. Going heads up to a river, which peels off the 9 of diamonds. Eef. Sure, the flush draws miss, but now Jack 10 gets there. Also, we're still losing to any king. Under the gun doesn't slow down. He bets $225. This is a close spot, closer than my opportunity for getting a girl's number and absolutely blundering it. That's a story that I don't want to talk about right now, but the situation, I don't know, the situation, I could call or fold. It's close, okay? I just didn't get good feelings on this river card. Feels like I'm beat. I've beat myself up recently about not trusting my gut, and hey, stranger danger, I get bad vibes here. I am just gonna trust my gut. So, call me Adina Menzel, because I just let it go. Honestly, 50-50. Could have gone either way, but I'm glad I folded. Just learning to go with my read. Let's move on to the next hand. Hey, I have 2 different hands to talk about, but they're from a different session. We ended the billiard session. We were in for 2,800, out for 6,000 and change. Profit of 3,200. Chef's kiss. We really needed that one. Very happy with how I played, too. Ran good when it mattered. Let's talk about these 2 hands, though. In this first hand of note, we have ace-queen offsuit in the cutoff. Limper to me. I raised it up to $40. The small blind, big blind, and limper call. Flop comes king 7-6 with 2 hearts. Big blind leads right out for $55. If he had a set or 2 pair, wouldn't he want to check raise? Especially on such a connected board? Plus, I have the ace of hearts. Listen, kind sir, whatever story you're telling, I don't buy it. I'm going to make the call. Everyone else folds, so we go heads up to a turn, which comes another 7. Actually not a good card, because if he was leading with a hand like 8-7, well, whoop-de-f***ing do. Now he has trips, and that beats ace high by a long shot. However, the big blind slows down and checks. This card's a lot better for his range, plus we have ace high. I check it back. The river is the 7 of spades. Now the big blind leads for $85. At this point, I'm a little confused. What on God's green earth is this man representing? If he had a 7, he'd continue betting the turn. If he had a middling pair, he'd check call. If he had a king, yeah, he might bet, but there are also other draws that missed, like 8-9, 5-4, any lower hearts. Realistically, the only full house we lose to is like a king X of whatever. I don't know. I just close my eyes and stick the money in the middle, and he shows 4-3 offsuit. So we take that one down. If you're watching this, it is 8:30 in the morning. I haven't slept yet. Please leave a like and subscribe if you enjoy this content. Here we have pocket 8s in the hijack. Low jack limps. I race up to $40, and the button, big blind, and limper make the call. Flop comes 10, 9, 8, 2 spades. We're going to call this board Wi-Fi because, my God, it's connected. Action checks to me, and this is going to hit the caller's range much heavier than it should my pre-flop raising range. For that reason, I like a check, but there's so many draws on board, like Jack 10, 8-7, any spade draw. There are a lot of hands that I can get value from. Since it's so connected, I size way up and bet $125. The button and big blind both call, then the low jack limp jams for 884. Oh, why didn't I check? I immediately put this guy on queen jack. We need to hit another 8, a 9, or a 10 and boat up to beat this guy. Long story short, I'm going to save you all the math geeky shit. We have to win 34.8% to be profitable. We're only winning like 34.3%. So yeah, it's basically break even, slightly negative EV. If it's break even, that means I'm basically gambling 50-50. I don't want to flip a coin. I want to just outplay people. Let's say that I'm the best player at the table and I have a 25% edge. So that means that in other hands, I'll have a way better opportunity to maximize my profit. I'd rather just fold and find a better spot, you know? I told the button after the hand that I mucked a set, and he was flabbergasted. He's like, "The f*** are you doing?" But yeah, it's a break-even call. I folded, the button folded, the big blind called. Turn and river went brick, by the way, so even if we did call, we would have lost. Anyways, that's all of the hands. That's the vlog. Thank you so much for watching. New video in a few days. Please subscribe and leave a like. Peace.